Hello and welcome to Meowtropolis. I am Kat, and if the audio is desynced right now, don't worry about it. It'll eventually fix itself. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not like that in the file before I upload it. So it's something that YouTube is doing. If it's happening here at the top of the video, it's gonna probably happen one more time later in the video. That's what's been going on. If any of you have any ideas on how to fix it, please let me know in the comments. I've tried everything I can think of. And unfortunately, it seems that this is just what YouTube is going to do to my videos. So I'm sorry. Thank you for sticking with it. Today, we are going to be looking at part 5 or week 4 of Just Dance 2026 previews. I have been so busy this week that honestly, I haven't really even looked at these ones. So far, I've been looking at them the day they premiere and not this week. So I have an idea of what is to come, like the main points, the highlights, but other than that, I really haven't watched them. So this is actually going to be a first reaction. All right, so let's get to it. We are once again starting off a new week of previews with a repeat song with an alt. And this is one that we knew was coming because when we saw Girls Just Want to Have Fun in week 1 or week 2, whenever that was, I don't remember, the title for the preview described it as an alt. And I remember at the time it's called like the sporty alt or something. And I had said, ooh, what if there's like a glam alt as the other one? And honestly, I love this approach even more. I love it so much. It's so cute. It's so fun. Bringing together these other girl coaches to, just have fun. I also think that it's going to be an easy map, and it is super fun. It's super cute. I could see this being the kind of map that people who generally play in groups, play with their friends, play with their families, could have so much fun. Personally, I generally play Just Dance on my own. I would be super interested if another content creator wanted to do a collaboration on a map like this. But in general, I do play Just Dance on my own, and I can see these types of maps, which are great for people who are playing in groups, I tend to get bored of pretty quickly. So for that reason, I'm giving this one 3 stars out of 5 stars on my personal rating scale. It also had like the moment of the fake microphone, which I'm also not a huge fan of. It's not air guitar, but in the description of air guitar, there's like an example of adjacent things, and it's air microphone. So that's the reason for 2 stars being knocked off. Honestly, I've got a reason for each star removed. And even then, 3 stars out of 5 stars is not a terrible score. It is a very like middle of the road, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it type of score. And I look forward to seeing the rest of this map, trying it out, and it potentially changing my mind in the direction of that 5-star rating. And honestly, we don't have to wait much longer for that, just like 2 weeks at this point. So speaking of not waiting, let's get to that next preview. At the top of the video, I had mentioned that I hadn't really watched the previews this week, and there were just a couple of highlights I was aware of, and this was one of them. More Gaga. I'm so excited for more Gaga. This is what I needed. This is what I needed. I am so excited for more Gaga. I would love even more Gaga than this. I mean, it's Just Dance. Since Lady Gaga's Coachella performance 2024, right? That would have been, no, this year, 2025. Whenever the last Coachella was when Lady Gaga performed, I have been listening to so much Lady Gaga. It is like it's whatever year all over again. So more Gaga in this game just makes sense to me. It's perfect, and I'm so excited about it. While I was doing this dance, I got the feeling that it's gonna be a medium. Could I explain why it's a medium and not an easy? Absolutely not. Just something about it, I was like, this is giving medium. I very rarely feel that something is actually giving medium. I often say it's either an easy or maybe a hard, but maybe it's a medium. That's usually kind of where I land, is like I can't decide, so I give it medium. But this one, I feel confident, okay? So I really hope I'm not wrong about this one, even though I couldn't possibly explain it. As excited as I am about more Gaga in the game, I am not the hugest fan of dancing like a zombie. Personally, I don't know. I feel like, you know, I was the Ramalama Bang Bang dance generation. I feel like I've done enough zombie dancing in my life. So maybe I'm just a little bit like zombie danced out, but I look forward to this one proving me wrong. I look forward to this map getting me back into zombie dancing, because maybe it will. For the moment, though, I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5 stars. It's close to 4.5, just on the fact that it's Gaga. But based on the dancing, we're going to stick with 4 stars out of 5 stars. And let's move on. Now, I know I just talked a lot about how the last song was Lady Gaga, and I'm excited it's Lady Gaga, but I do also try to always base my reactions, my opinions on the choreography and the dancing, and not so much on like the song or the background or the costume or anything like that. I kind of try to leave those out a little bit because I'm mostly interested in the dancing. That's the only reason. So I bring that up to say I have never heard this song before, and that should not ideally affect my opinion on the dancing. And it doesn't really. However, we did the same move 4 times, right? Like, did you watch that? Like, we did one little move in the beginning that I didn't catch at all. And then we did the same move 4 times. And then we did one little thing at the end that was like a jump that I also didn't do at all. So it's not a lot to go off of here. I personally wanted to give this one a hard because it was so difficult for me to follow along, but I think that's personally a me thing because with how much that move repeated, it's probably a medium. So officially, I'm putting a medium. And then for a star rating, I don't know. I saw the same move 4 times. So I'm just gonna give it 4 stars, 1 star for each time we did that move. I'm sorry. I know all the previews are very much abbreviated sections of the maps that they represent. So no matter what, we're getting a very short section of the dance. But this one was especially hard to judge, partly because I didn't really get any of it, but also because it was the same move 4 times. All right, well, speaking of the same move, let's move on. Like I said at the top of the video, I haven't really watched the previews this week because I've been really busy. So I also haven't really watched anyone's reactions to the previews this week yet. So I don't know how weird it will be for me to say that this is 5 stars out of 5 stars for me. It was really fun. It was simple choreography, like it wasn't too complex, but it was fun and interesting and easy to follow along. So yes, I also think it's going to be an easy. That's my guess at the difficulty rating. And that's what I got. All right, let's move on. They say I come and I go. Tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long. Catch me or I go Houdini. I come and I go. Prove you got the right to please me. Everybody knows. Catch me or I go Houdini. If you're good enough, you'll find a way. During week 1 of previews was the only time I ever actually predicted an extreme so far, this entire preview season. And I actually was persuaded out of that on one of my Twitch streams. Chat kind of pointed out to me like, no, we think that's not the extreme and that there will be an extreme alt. And yes, I'm talking about drip. I had predicted that will be an extreme. I haven't changed my spreadsheet, by the way. The spreadsheet still says my official guess is extreme, but I have since walked that back in my brain just a little bit. So all of that background to say this is our first confirmed extreme, and I think honestly our first extreme preview period this preview season, and it seems challenging but fun, which is exactly what extremes should be. So yes, I gave it 5 stars out of 5 stars. No guessing on the difficulty, by the way, because it literally says in the title that this is the extreme version on YouTube, and I look forward to learning this one. I plan to learn all of the extremes, so I look forward to learning this one, and I just hope that there's floor work. And yes, I will say that about every extreme all the time, always. I need a shirt, honestly, that says, I just hope there's floor work, because I pretty much always mean it. Of all of the previews from this week that I have seen snippets of, this one I have seen the most. There are so many of my Team Center Stage teammates who have been killing it. So go look on all of their socials because they have amazing performances of this little preview. Way, way better than what you just saw there. But speaking of that space back there, yeah, I'm good at segues. I'm gonna go back there again and we're gonna do the next one. All right?
Big bad beast. Big bad rat. Big bad beast. Eat hunting. Tiny hands. Big bad rats. Big bad rats.
Is this a real song? I don't even know at this point. I thought Big Bad Frog was not a real song, and then it was. So is this a real song? Whether it's a real song or not, I'm just gonna admit, I try so hard to hate these maps. I feel like I'm supposed to, but it was just so fun. I can't hate it. I'm sorry. It was a lot of fun. I think it's going to be an easy, by the way. But in terms of my star rating scale, I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5 stars. It was really fun, especially toward the end. I feel like if you watched it, you could see like in the beginning, I was like rolling my eyes, but by the end I was smiling because it was fun. So going back to my shirt, I just hope there's floor work shirt. I wonder if this Prehistorock time period, if they have yet invented the cartwheel, because if this map has cartwheels, it's going to be one of my favorites. I'm just going to be honest about that. It probably wasn't invented yet. But okay, I'm having a hard time thinking of a segue to the last song. But you know what? We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let's just go to this last song.
Yes, we were born. Yes, we were born to be alive. Yes, we were born. Yes, we were born.
Now, this is yet another repeat song that I feel like I remember the first time it came around. I had talked about there potentially being an alt, but with this one, I don't remember if we officially knew there would be an alt yet or not. So I might have just been making that up. Regardless of whether I was making that up or not, I was not expecting this. This is a very interesting approach to this song. I really love the idea behind it. I love that we're getting something animated that is incredibly easy to see and follow. I think that's amazing. I do think this is going to be an easy. And yes, we did once again get like 4 moves that repeated. However, with this one, I think these 4 repeated moves are representative of the whole piece. Like I get the impression that this one is just really repetitive. So I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5 stars because it was really fun. I love how creative it is, but I think it's towing the line of just a little bit too repetitive. We'll see if that's true or not in the next couple of weeks, but in the meantime, let's go over everything so far. Looking at the spreadsheet for just this week, let's go ahead and start with that. The highlights that stand out to me are, of course, right off the bat, we have our first extreme. I believe, again, it's our first extreme period, but it's definitely our first confirmed extreme for 2026. I hope that there's more. I know in 2025 we only got 3 because in 2024 people complained that we had too many. So I'm hoping we're somewhere in between what we had in 2025 and 2024, but I completely understand why we're keeping that number a little bit low. I just want more and more floor work also, specifically more floor work. And then we also did have 3 repeat songs this week, which is more than last week. I think last week we had 2. This week, 3, which is almost half because once again we had 7 songs. And I was actually about to say, in terms of star ratings, I think this was the lowest week so far. But then I looked a little bit up on my spreadsheet, and it's actually exactly identical to the scores that I gave last week. Last week was also 1 3-star, 2 5-stars, and 4 4-stars. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the full spreadsheet just so you can see it here. You might only be able to see the colors at this point because it's getting pretty big. It's getting pretty big. We have now had 32 songs that have been previewed for 2026. And I, at this point, was hoping to like put together a graph so you could see like a pie chart of how many 5 stars, how many 4 stars. But when I went to do that, it just kept saying invalid data. So I gave up, and I'm sorry. So you're just gonna have to imagine the pie chart based off of what you see here. But yeah, that's where we stand. 32 songs previewed, only 1 extreme so far. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just super excited about this game. I'm really excited about the extreme that we did get this week. It seems like so much fun. I can't wait to learn it. And I also really hope that Prehistorock has a cartwheel, because something needs to have a cartwheel, and it feels like it would fit. But other than that, I don't really have anything overall to add on since last week. I still am really enjoying that all of the maps are really easy to see on my bad little eyes. They're handling everything really well, so I appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing what else we have to preview. And of course, the game comes out October 14th, which is so soon. So thank you so much again to Ubisoft for providing me access to the assets to create this video. I do create these videos as a part of the Ubisoft Creator Program, so thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you so much for doing so. I will catch you on the flip side, and until then, happy dancing!